going to be showing you how to rewire one of these. Now, these are aftermarket headlights. These have H1 bulbs for both the bright and the low beams. They also have 6 LEDs. Actually, this one's only got 5. The extra LED that goes on the bottom here actually is technically called halos. So there's technically 6 LEDs, but 5 are the DRLs. These 2 down here are on the same connector, which is technically an extra LED. But it's halos. You have the turning signal, and then you have high and low beam. We're going to be rewiring this today.
Alright, so you have 4 bolts. Well, before you do that, I'm going to show you something. Alright, so under here, you would have a bolt sitting here, and you would have a bolt sitting here, right next to your tire. Now this is to take off the front bumper. This is connected by zip ties now, but you would have 2 10mm bolts. One on the inside and one on the outside. There'll be one here and one here. Then you have a bolt that goes through here through the headlight. You have one down here. You have another one. Well, you can see it. But it would be on the bottom of the headlight, and it'd be down here. See it? Be right there. And then you have one right here on the top. Now, since I've already took off all the bolts, I can easily just pull this out. Now, when you pull this out, you will have a connector that's connected right here. You would have to take either your fingers or something hard and just push down on this little button right here, and it slides completely right out. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sitting here rewiring headlight.
A few moments later.
Alright, so we have 3 main connectors. Well, with this, you have 3 main connectors. You have your low beam, you have your high beam, and you have your turning signal. All these through here is the LEDs, and the one coming out right above the bright lights would be the halos. As you can see, this is wired on different than these. These are all running on the same fuse and the same connector that leads straight to the turning signal to make them DRLs. Where's the wire cutters? Wire cutters. Give me 1 second. Alright. So if you don't have any type of wire crimpers, you don't have anything to tighten them down, then twisting them and putting a little bit of electrical tape over it doesn't hurt. That's what I'm going to do for right now, since I don't have the proper equipment to do it right now. So you don't want to cut the wire, you just want to cut around it and remove the tubing from around the wire. Now this is what I'm going to be using for 2 different connections. As you can see, I've got the end of the wire open and the middle of the wire open. I got the middle of the wire to taper off 2 different types of wires. This is your main 8-pin connector. Some of them come 6-pin, some of them come 4-pin. This is actually a 6-pin to 8-pin. Alright, so the red wire coming out of the main connector goes to the headlight wire. Then for the negative wires, you're gonna, well, from the headlight itself, you're gonna have a whole bunch of negative wires coming out from the LEDs. They're all gonna be wired up into one LED holder. Then it's gonna be tapered off and it's gonna be wired together. So the LEDs, you have a main wire, correct? Positive, main wire. Then you can wire every bit of the negatives together and run the negative to the negative on the actual line itself. Your green and white wire is 12 volt. Your yellow wire is 12 volt. Your green and black wire is supposed to be for turning signal. Your red wire is for low beam. Your negative wire is for negative. Your green wire goes to the bright light. and then all the rest of them are just negatives. I'm not going to be using the yellow wire at all. This is just a 12 volt. It doesn't run to anything. Most of the time you see a wire just hanging loose. Most of the time it's 2. This would technically be a 6 point because I wouldn't need these 2. All I would need is the rest of them. So for now, I am going to wire up my halos to my turning signal. This is the way I wanted it to begin with. Then you have the rest of the green wire is going to go to turning signal. Right, now this, on your turning signal, you have a negative lead, you have a yellow lead, and you have a white lead. The yellow lead is to go to turning signal. The yellow is for turning signal. But I'm going to wire this up to the end of green and black wire. For the DRLs, I'm going to have the white wire rewired to the green and white wire, which is just a normal 12 volt. And while the car is running, this will actually turn on.
Deep down, I felt for you.
And your negatives are already going to stay together. That's black wire on black wire. That's just normal. And you want to make sure these are going to be good grounded. You don't want to have any type of rubber next to it. They're just a good ground. You don't have a good ground, you're going to run into problems.
Waiting a chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel so crazy, my heart breaks for you. Can't help but know that I'm still in love with you. You make me feel so.
Alright, so everything's wired up. We're going to go and test fire it.
One eternity later.
Alright, so now that we connected the connector up under there, we connected it, zip tied most of the wires together so it won't touch the tire, and put this back in its place, we have working headlights.
Now that we have that done, you can see the turning signals are operating the way they should. We have the LEDs operating properly.
12 o'clock midnight.
Alright, so these are the DRLs, which would be on while I'm driving without the actual turning signal light being on.
To you, you make me feel so crazy. My heart breaks for you. Can't help but know that I'm still in love with you. You make me feel so.
Get that sequence. It's a little different, you know, compared to what people are used to seeing, you know, on actual aftermarket headlights. I mean, you would get that compared to this when the headlights are off. When you turn the headlights back on. It's just a little thing I like to do with, you know, wiring. It's all dealing with hooking up these LEDs to 12 volts. And the rest of these are hooked to the turning signals. And the regular lights actually cut off the 12 volt because pulling power from the 12 volt. But if I start the car up, it still runs at 12 volts. So those will be on when I turn the car on. So I mean, it's like wiring is not the best thing that you can do for this car. Like, I could have left these stock and left it exactly how it came, but I wouldn't like that personally. I like to be different. And like I said, these are the DRLs.
Inside there. They light up pretty good too. So I just want to give y'all an in-depth look of how those look at night. You know, just to give you a perspective on what, you know, as a mechanic, what I would want in this. Other than that, I'll let you get back to the video.
So, like I said before, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to ask me to fix on my car, which I said I was going to do a headlight, so I just redone my headlight. And if you have any questions about that, go ahead and ask me in the comments below. This has been another video about Fearless Mechanics. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, and make sure you not miss another video. Until next time, we're out.